You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna say it. So what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Is it Jada Cheeves or Chives? I mess up names. I'm sorry about that. But recently there was a video about her talking about how women, run the world and blah, blah, blah. And they're killing it out here. And they're not worshipped like they were in the 80s and the 90s. And what happened. And and it dawned on me. It's like, so who is this young lady? And so she's, from my understanding, the rapper Lil Baby's girlfriend. So don't know about the young lady, but I would assume, and tell me if I'm wrong, that the only reason she's a known figure is because she's Lil Baby's girlfriend. What made her famous prior to being Lil Baby's girlfriend? I don't know if she was. I doubt it. So saying that women are killing it, and women run the world when you're probably most notably known for being Lil Baby's girlfriend, because when I looked up, that, there was pictures of a bunch of pictures of her with Lil Baby, not something that she did on her own. That's probably not who you should be taking killing it advice from. Just saying. The other thing, the 80s and 90s thing, worshipped. Well, so if you was born in 1990, you would probably be 32 right now, right? And I think she's younger than 32. So let's just say she was born in the mid to late 90s, right? Did she ever ask, what happened to all that quote unquote worship, or what was the response to that quote unquote worship, or who ladies were dating while the people were doing the worship, and how, what did the guys receive in how can I say, what did the guys receive as in compensation for that worship, or what did they get reciprocity for that worship? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So this idea that, we should be worshiped for doing what? And there's somebody made a comment about, people wasn't twerking on the internet. And she was, well, guys show money all the time. So what you're saying is guys aren't selling sex on the internet, but when they show money, it's the equivalent to a woman advertising her sexual availability is the same thing. I'm like, no, not no, but you gonna go down this rabbit hole, that's on you, right? So if you go, if you see a guy with money, does that are you saying your inner prostitute goes, ooh, I'm a twerk for him, so he knows how to do something strange for some of that change, like, they go hand in hand, one and the same, they're the same thing. Okay, but we should get rid of that and not be worshipped. Like, people used to make fun of whip appeal. If you don't know what whip appeal is, it's Babyface. He made a song called Whip Appeal. I'll pay your rent, buy your clothes, cook your dinner for you. No, that's as soon as I get home from work. I'm sorry. That was as soon as I get home from work. I'll pay your rent, your faithful lover, soon as I get home from work. And people was like, listen, man, we ain't doing all that. What's she doing? And it sounds good. It was a great love song. Women was like, oh, yeah, I love it. But in practical application, that was too much worship, even back in the 80s when that came out. Because I believe it was the late 80s when that came out, maybe the early 90s, but I believe late 80s. All the love songs, Boys to Men, Jodeci, Drew Hill, Gerald Levert, R. Kelly, Prince, Michael Jackson. Man, I'm naming a whole lot of people, ain't it? Barry White, Keith Sweat. And we bring the 80s, you know, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Freddie Jackson, you know, a bunch of people who didn't even like women. Anyway, but look at those guys' relationships. I'm just saying, for the soundtracks of worshiping, they didn't receive what they sung about from anybody, just for the record, you know. So even all the people that made the beautiful songs, they didn't get treated beautifully in return by anybody in particular. They, you know, they had to, you know, get the groupies to give them some love because they wasn't getting it at home. Just saying. Maybe the groupies were more excited than the wives. I don't know. But most of them weren't married. I don't believe. But people don't think about that part. You know, Maxwell, you know, 90s. Usher made a lot of songs. You see how he got treated? I'm just saying. I know, you know, but we need to be worship brigade. It's selfish. You know, it's all about you 24/7, 24/8. And the problem with that is, after you get worship, you just want to get worship some more. Problematic. You know, but tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.